and foremost on YouTube Live. Yeah, so you can join us on YouTube, uh, www.youtube, youtube.com// Daniel Akpata. Akpata is AKPATA, one word, right? And then please do, like and probably click the notification button as you follow up, so that when something new pops up on the channel, you'll be part of the first people who would know. Okay, so and do subscribe also. Yeah, so as I said, talking about living your life purposefully. How do you really do that? Because that topic alone is scary, some people. And I sense fear in the young man who wrote the mail. And so I decided to, put something together to help him. It is never too late to be what you might have been. It's never too late. To be what you might have been is never too late. So whatever you're feeling, we feel your pain. And a lot have been said behind the mic that definitely will bring back to the fore. There are many people who feel intimidated or resistant to the concept of a life calling. Maybe it's not just this guy. You also, who's listening to me right now, you do too. And you're like, I beg, this thing that they're saying, please don't use your reggae to come and spread my blues. Now, do you worry that having a life purpose, means surrendering, to a higher power and giving up control of how you spend your time? Do you worry about your life purpose will end up being something unpleasant or maybe taxing? What if your life purpose turns out to be draining or boring? What if it demands more than you're willing to or able to give in time, energy, and commitment? What if? Plenty what ifs. All right. Now, these types of fears are completely, kind of groundless. If you could, interview everyone who is on the planet and who are living their purpose, I bet they would say the same thing. I'm so happy. I look forward to this show. I look forward to coming to work. Why? Because this is it for me. And listening to people say, my goodness, you said this, and that was the turning point for me. It's beautiful. Okay. So everyone who dares to live their life purpose describes it along the lines of, coming home, or doing what I was born to do. They do what matters most to them. They enjoy it fully, and it fits perfectly with the rest of their lives. That's not to say that, there are not a few sacrifices, okay, not a few pain along the line here or there. There is. But what makes it different and what makes it really worth it is that it's just, even in the, it's sweet. I don't know how to break that down. All right. Okay. So in fact, they may be, downright freeing once you let go of your fear and doubt. Yes, it's scary to say, I've been living in a certain way, and then all of a sudden I'm discovering that this certain way I was living is wrong. I've been doing a certain thing, and all of a sudden some dude, stumbled on a radio program, and some dude is talking, and there's some resonance within me that guy. That's the way he's shaking his head like, oh my God, no, you Harry. But after you feel the fear, do you allow the fear take control? Or you now take a decisive step to say, okay, let's even explore a little bit further. What exactly are you talking about? Can you help break it down? And that's the place, we're at right now. Don't worry that living your purpose, means you have to give up control of your life. It's not it. You are always in control control of your own life. Purpose or no purpose, you're always in control, and you reserve the right to live your life the way you want to live it. Okay. In fact, I want to, encourage you to adopt a new outlook of your life, that of living with purpose rather than having a purpose. Living with purpose, if that sits well with you. So living purposely means discovering and working your purpose. Living purposely means discovering and working your purpose, choosing how you invest your time, choosing how you will use your natural talents to create more joy and meaning for yourself and others. Even if you believe that your life purpose is predestined, this new outlook can still work for you because you will automatically choose the path that has already been laid out before you. Okay. So it's important that you understand that concept. Now, to one of the questions that was asked, do I really need a purpose? And I say that if you are one of those people, that I mentioned earlier, that I spoke about earlier, like the dude who sent a mail, you don't have to worry. You may wonder what all the fuss is about. Is a life purpose even necessary? Now, some people will say that everyone has a purpose, whether they know it or not. But it is a bad thing to be unaware of a higher calling in life. What if you feel content with your life as it is right now? Do you have to conceive some lofty purpose in order to feel content and make a positive difference in the world? Yes. You need to be a specific purpose. You need to have a specific purpose in life. Unless you feel like, something is missing. If you are content with your life as it is, without a purpose, there is something wrong. Either you are already living your purpose, or you simply don't feel the need for one. And I think it's in the words of, I can't remember, I don't know if it's Jim Rohn. He normally asks the question, are you a meaningful, specific, or a wandering generality?
Zig Ziglar.
Ziglar. So which one are you? Are you a meaningful, specific, or a wandering generality? So these are the questions, that plays up, that helps you bring about a balance, to that mindset and the fear of the unknown in that area of seeking to do something about your life's purpose. Okay? So let me just run by you a few benefits of living a purposeful life. Benefits, okay? One of them is you have greater focus in your daily activities rather than feeling adrift. You are focused, okay? Increased discipline when it comes to productivity and achievement. You have increased discipline because you know that, man, this is it. So you need to, you have work to do, and you don't need to be pressured. You don't need to be, nobody needs to light fire under your bum to do anything. You just go all out. All right. Passion and motivation. When was the last time you felt excited about your day? When? I'm sure from listening to Reason and of course Tosin, you will know that these guys are excited about the life they're living right now.
That's cool.
Yeah. I know Reason is not an author yet, but soon we would ask the pain doctor to lay hands. So that something will happen.
In that regard, the kind of book me I want to write, I just book say you will be reading and you'll be laughing your life out. And I don't know, pain doctor is full of pains. I don't know if you can help me in that light. But maybe you help me with the how to outline the book. Then you will not write the forward for me, because make the forward no go turn to backward in my own career. I'll write the forward by myself, you write the behind. Then the main cocoa of the then I'll don't worry, blow and it, I'll collect it.
So more like why? What are the positives? What are those things that if you are living your purpose, you have. Well, another one is personal empowerment, being in control of your own life. You are not running anybody's race. You are running your own race. You are living your own life. You're not. A lot of people are living other people's lives. It's so funny, but it's the truth. The social media is not even helping out. People are living fake lives. And if you see them on social media, you think, oh my God.
Selfish life.
But when you see them one on one, you be like,
You know the truth.
The greater is he that is in them in the social media than he that is in them naturally.
And then there's meaning and fulfillment, knowing that your life and everything you do matters. Because when you found purpose, these are the things that comes together. You know that your life has a meaning and there are a set of people who are waiting on you. A question I normally ask is, imagine if I didn't discover purpose. Probably I was in one bank.
With the suit and
Oh
tie
my
and
or in one oil company. I'll be frustrated. But yes, I might be making money and trying to use the money to cover up.
That's the thing.
But something within will just keep telling you, guy.
I'm listening could be there.
No.
Bro, some people believe that this purpose thing is you just have enough money and wealthy.
Yeah.
Purpose don't they? See that purpose just make money.
I mean, no, that's part of the what the guy cited in the mail, that look, he's living well. Yes, though he's not married, but he has a few millions in his account, drives a good car, lives in a good house. He's building his house presently. And so why should he be fussing about, living a purposeful life or discovering purpose?
Okay. Maybe that is living his purpose and he doesn't know.
Well, I said it earlier. Okay, so another thing is peace and contentment, knowing you are, exactly where you need to be. There's this form of peace and contentment that comes with you living your life, in the way you should be living it. All right, so learn what you are and be such. It's already within you, right? Finding your purpose is a misleading concept because it is not something you have to go out and get. It's not something you have to be looking for, searching for, okay? Rather, it's something you need to turn within and claim. Something you need to turn within. You need to sleep over it, think about it, ask questions, and then you claim it. So when it is looked at from the angle of looking for, searching for, finding your purpose, that's when it becomes it looks more like a Herculean task. All right, but really it's something within you, is there already. You just need to ask a few questions and then claim it. All right. Okay, you've already got it, even if you haven't consciously realized or chosen it yet. Of course, whether you believe it's already within you or not, you still need to find it in some sense. So how do you do that? By looking in the most obvious places, your passions and interests. Your purpose will always be something that you feel passionate about, you are naturally good at, you already love to do, is important to you. I said again, your passion, what you're passionate about, your purpose will always be something that you feel passionate about, you are naturally good at, you already love to do, is important to you. So, question is, what are you passionate about? 2, what are you naturally good at that even your friends, they let you know this? What is it? What are you already, what is it that you already love to do? And lastly, what is so important to you? Your purpose is not far from these things. That's if you can really answer these questions. Okay? Would the world expect a musical guru to spend his life crunching numbers in an accounting firm? Will the world expect you to wait tables when your true passion is childhood education? How would these situations serve anyone? They wouldn't. Your life purpose will always utilize your greatest passions, talents, and interests. Okay? No exceptions. Does that inspire a little sigh of relief for you? It should. Okay? It should. So it's not something you ought to fight. It's not something you ought to be uncomfortable about. Rather, it's something you need to sit down and think about. It's something you need to, it's not something you need to worry about. It's something you need to begin to ask yourself questions, and then get ready for the answers you're getting. Because the answers you'll be getting, they are not going to be far-fetched from who you are, what you're passionate about, what you love to do, what you're good at, and what people have been commending you about, and what is very, very important to you. So the way the Almighty God put it together is in that manner that you are not going to be falling away or falling far away from the you that you are. Rather, it's going to be a confirmation of the person you ought to be and you've been yearning to be. So look at it, ruminate about it, and I believe that definitely things, will pan out well if you don't run away from it. Okay, so maybe Wednesday I'll be looking at identification. How do you identify passion? How do you identify these things that you're good at? How do you know what's important to you? Because a lot of us had issues when we're trying to find these things. Why? Because there are a lot of things we're good at. For example, at some point I thought I was going to be a singer. Okay.
Even me as well. I don't thought I was going to be a choir started as a singer.
Thank God for your life.
I don't know when I'm saying these true things now.
But when I met some people, I just told myself that shut up. You can't
sing.
ask me the likes of who?
The likes of
Simi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so you need to see Simi sing. You know that singing is what God created her babe for.
Yeah.
She sings so effortlessly.
Yeah.
My goodness.
They sing like them Brandy and those kind of people.
So it began to narrow down, and then some other things. And I always emphasize on mentorship. My mentor had seen it, but he wanted me to see it. So he kept asking me, so what do you want to do with your life now? I'm like, no, I should have been thinking about that now. I'm still young. And he said, no, you should be thinking about it right now. And I did. And then I got answers. Then I called my mentor. I was so excited. I said, look, I found it. I think I know what it is now. And then he asked me what, and I told him. When I told him, he looked at me and smiled and said, I had always seen it in you. I said, so why didn't you tell me?
Because I wanted.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because I wanted you like yourself.
So, but he told me that, look, I did not tell you because I wanted you to see it, so that when you see it, if I told you, if it was something that I told you and you run into a roadblock, it becomes... You be like, you start casting is so and so person, all right. I'll start saying like brother Adam in the Bible says, the woman you gave me.
And a question God asked me. The first question God asked me, we man feel and I be Bros. Adam, where are you? He said it is the woman that you gave me. What you consider question woman where you gave me? Adam.
So it's something that it's profound, and today it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's making much sense. We're tweaking it here, adding this one, taking out this one, and putting all this together. And then I'm meeting people who are saying, okay, what can we do together in this line. This is my own area, and I think it has an anchor into yours. How do we run it? And it's becoming bigger and bigger, and a lot sweeter. Yeah, you know how they say that the older the wine, the sweeter it gets.
Wow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
now wine is good drink. Yes,
Na
it's not.
na palm wine.
Now that's your hide on the red.
Na palm wine. You
just
don't know
just the mere mention of wine
every eyes are red.
as well.
Yeah, the mention of wine.
So guys, I believe that if you keep it right here, gradually we'll be able to take you through that journey of unraveling. We're going to start the WhatsApp training on self-discovery very soon, right? And it promises to be a paradigm shift for those who've done it. My goodness, they've not recovered yet. And there are 30 questions you need to answer.
Yeah.
So keep it right here. There's greatness inside of you, and it's only you and only you can bring it out. So what commitments are you making right now to bring out the greatness in you? It's never too late.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.